A woman had fallen off her wheelchair on the sidewalk. As she was there, a girl passing by bumps into her leg. Instead of apologizing, the girl yells, "Can't you see? This is the walkway. Why are you sitting here? Are you blind on top of being crippled?" The woman anxiously asks, "Could you help me get into my wheelchair?" The girl proudly says, "I'll help you. Just think about it. Look around. People like you are the only ones who get help." With that, she pushes the wheelchair with her foot and walks away. After she leaves, a young man is walking lost in thought. He notices the woman and stops by her side. In a soft voice, the woman asks, "Son, could you help me get into my wheelchair?" The young man responds coldly, raising his voice, "I'm not helping you. My hands might get damaged. You're fine sitting there." And he walks away. The woman then tries to manage on her own. Soon after, another girl walks by. She notices the woman struggling to get into her wheelchair. Rushing over, worried, she says, "Stop, I'll help you." She carefully helps the woman get into the wheelchair while picking up files that had fallen to the ground. The woman softly says, "Thank you, dear." The girl calmly replies, "No need to thank me. Where are you headed?" The woman replies seriously, "I'm going to the building across the street." Smiling, the girl says, "I'll take you there." The woman hesitates. "Won't that waste your time?" The girl confidently says, "No, not at all. I'm headed that way for an interview anyway. I'll drop you off first, then go for my interview." The woman, serious, says, "Then you should hurry. Don't be late. I can manage myself." The girl, sympathetic, replies, "Your legs aren't well, and you're alone. It'll be hard for you. Now that I see, I'll help you." The woman smiles. "That would be a great favor." Pushing the wheelchair gently, the girl says, "It makes me happy to help you." They both head toward a beautiful building. Meanwhile, two others arrive at the office and start waiting for the girl. The manager sternly says, "We've been waiting a long time. This girl doesn't value time at all. Why don't we start the interview without her?" The girl arrogantly says, "Sir, how can the employer wait for an employee?" The young man insists, "Sir, think about it. If she's late now, what will happen after the job starts? We're on time. Just do our interview." The manager, serious, replies, "Fine, we won't wait. Let's start." At that moment, the girl rushes in, flustered, and quietly says, "Sir, I'm here. Sorry, I was delayed by some urgent matter on the way." The manager raises his voice, "Can't you see the time? Was your work more important than the interview?" Seeing both of them, he adds sternly, "Okay, now that everyone is here, the interview begins." He turns to the girl. "Introduce yourself first." The girl proudly says, "Sir, my name is Amalia. I'm a graduate. I studied sales planning, so I'm very skilled in this field." Next, the manager gestures to the young man for his introduction. He confidently says, "My name is Daniel. I studied abroad in France. During university, I gained experience in sales planning. My highest monthly sales reached 38 million. Here's my resume. Please take a look." He starts handing over his file. Amalia places her file on top of his, shouting, "Check my file first." This creates a conflict. The manager, irritated, says, "Stop. The company has rules. You must follow them." Then he turns to Amalia. "Introduce yourself properly." Amalia, looking at both of them, says, disappointed, "Sir, I'm not as highly educated as these two. I'm a high school graduate, but I grew up helping my grandmother in the factory, so I know the entire production process very well." The manager says seriously, "Now I understand all three of your situations. Our company has certain standards for hiring. I will decide who succeeds in this interview." At that moment, the boss enters with authority. "Stop!" Everyone turns to look at her. The manager stands and says respectfully, "Boss, you're here." The boss firmly says, "Our company values education, but character is even more important. Now I will select the candidate who is purely and truly talented." Amalia, curious, says, "Boss, you were in a wheelchair just now. Now you're fine, so what's all this about?" The boss, with maturity, says, "You're right, but I was testing all of you. Amalia, you passed this test, so today the sales manager position is yours." Amalia and Daniel are shocked. Amalia, emotional, says, "Boss, thank you so much." The boss, smiling, says, "If you do good work, you'll also receive a bonus every month on top of your salary." Daniel and the other graduate are frustrated. Amalia, noticing this, says with bitterness, "We're both highly educated, yet you chose a high school graduate?" Daniel arrogantly says, "Boss, this isn't fair." The boss firmly replies, "Education and skill are important, but we value character even more. Remember how you treated someone outside with kindness." Both are surprised to hear this. The boss smiles at Amalia and says, "Starting tomorrow, you can join your position." Amalia happily thanks the boss. Friends, when a person does good for someone, the reward always comes sooner or later. What do you think about this? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you.